Hello, everyone. Paul Cuttajar once again from SeniorCareAccess.com. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the unbiased database and the sponsored database that we carry. We carry two databases regarding senior housing and lifestyle living. I think the easiest way to explain this is when myself, as well as my business partner, Esther Goldstein from Senioropolis, when we were doing consulting for families transitioning to a senior lifestyle, such as retirement living, one of the challenges that we had was how did we get that information? How did we source information to be able to bring back to the client or the family so that they can make an informed decision as to where they're going to go, what the value was, what was available, what kind of solutions were available for them. And the challenge that we had at the time was, especially with Google, it was challenging to find all the options. And basically what you were seeing, and today as well as what you're seeing, are those properties that have funding to pay to advertise. Okay, so if typically when you're doing a Google search, right at the very top part of your search results, you'll see the letters AD, which is advertisement, and those are paid or sponsored advertisers. And then you get down into the organic section. So what we set out to do was to create Canada's first unbiased directory across Canada. We have been quite successful in doing so. We now hold over 5,500 unbiased results. Now, what that means is we have done the research ourselves. None of the properties that are in that database have paid to be there. We source the information, we upload the data, we create that database. Because the properties are not paying to be there, we obviously need to pay to stay in business. And that database is accessible through a membership. Okay, if it's not a membership, it's accessible through advertising within our site. Okay, so anybody, including yourselves, any person that's looking for properties can purchase a membership, and you can get access to that through our membership tab right here. You can see the pricing that's involved in that. If you are a property that's advertising with us, you get a membership included. If you are a senior service provider who does marketing with us, you also have access to that database. Okay, so what I'd like to do is just show you the difference between the two databases and why we've done it this way. So let's just close this down. So if you go in to do your search off of the homepage, you're going to come to a decision. You have one of two choices. Either you are a member and you want access, or you are a consumer or an individual and you want free access. Let's just make this real easy. If you're on the free consumer side, all that you're going to see is a consumer version of the properties that have paid or have paid for sponsorship within the website. Okay. On the member access side, and again, you have to purchase a membership. Okay, so you can get that information in the membership tab. What you can do is have access, and I'm going to show you the consumer side versus the member side. Okay, typically the member side is more for a professional use. Excuse me. There is a lot of information. It is not visual. It is strictly text content based. Okay. So if you are a discharge planner, if you are a social worker, if you are a professional navigator, you're going to want certain information from this database, and you're not overly concerned about the pictures and the Facebook posts and that type of thing, which is more of the consumer side. Okay, so let's just go in here and let me just pull up a residence name. Let's do the Wellington. So here's the Wellington in Hamilton, Ontario. This is free access. You can gain access to this right now. Okay. Again, you're going to see the name of the property, the address, all the contact information. This contact information is firewalled or protected from scammers. So once you click on the show button, they become live and active. Okay. It also shows up to 10 still images scrolling through. You have the Google Maps. You have a live Facebook feed, so you can see what kind of activities they're doing socially. You'll have a written text description area. You'll have these pop-up overlays of information specific to the property. Okay. And you'll also have any virtual tours or video that the property will be uploading. Now, I just want to be clear. This property has paid to be seen in the free database. Okay, so anybody can come to the website, do a search, but the challenge is if you're looking for more results, how do you identify more results? Okay, that is done by coming into the member access. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And you can see that the search criteria is very, very different than the consumer side. Why is that? Well, let's take a look at our list of options when a professional is looking for details of a property. Okay. We cover properties such as multi-level care, seniors building offering no care. So that's it, totally independent. That could be a senior's apartment, group home, rest homes, supportive housing, standard retirement home, retirement centers and lodges. This industry is full of different terminologies for the type of housing and care components, and they're also called differently province to province. So we've taken a lot of effort in putting this list together, and these are the search parameters, if you will. As we go through this, and I'm not going to go through each and every one, but you can clearly see all the different types of senior housing that might be available. A consumer has a tough time identifying all of these components. So really it's more for a professional searcher, okay? To the consumer, if they're working with a professional such as our consultants, and again, you can get more information on our consulting program by clicking up here. Our consultants will be able to go through this list based on the information that the client has provided to us and their needs, their costs, the evaluation, all of that. Based on that, once you enter that specific information, and let me just do a real easy one here. Let me do just retirement homes. And I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm just going to say retirement homes. Okay. I've got a result here of 858 just by clicking that. A consumer is not going to be able to go through this type of detailed information. Okay, but let's just pick one. Let's pick Adeline. Let's do the Wellington. This is let's not do that. Let me get back in and do another search. Let's pick the Wellington just because I showed you that before. There's the Wellington. The Wellington, and let's do full results of the Wellington. And here you can see that same property that I showed you before, which was sponsored. This is the kind of data or the information that we carry on that property. So the other side was very more flashy, more visual, more consumer oriented. This information is more professional based. Okay. And it covers a ton of information. We actually host up to 350 different values of information that we can put into the database. Okay, so what does all this mean? Sounds so impressive. That's fantastic. The idea here is Canadian consumers, Canadian seniors, Canadian families, when they're searching for a retirement home, they don't understand what the differences are and the levels of care. They still get confused between long-term care and independent retirement or assisted retirement. They're unsure of other senior housing options that might be available to them. That's why we have the two databases. So when we talk about retirement lifestyle or senior housing, for us at SeniorCareAccess, we're talking about anything and everything. Each family that comes to us under the consulting program has a different need. They have different circumstances. They have different financial abilities. It's really up to us through that program to identify what the appropriate solution might be for them. So there you have it, a quick description of the difference of the senior housing database that we carry. If you have any questions, by all means, you can contact us on the contact form, and we hope that brought you some clarity. Talk to you soon. Thanks.